on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! 8, read.
Minshew, 1st and 10. Caught, it's Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And it's caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Shark. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, I got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop. And quickly now, a look at the Kansas City. Offense.
And congratulations on their win last week, but they didn't get a whole lot of time to celebrate it on Sunday. They were right back to work on Monday, but you have to do things differently when you prepare for a Thursday night game, because normally you'll take some time off. Here you get right back to work on the game plan mentally, and probably not put any pads on until you play again Thursday night.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And this is incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and that'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. This is caught. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 20. 5-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset. Draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the... playoffs.
The 41-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Now Minshew. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down, Jacksonville.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. These two teams all tied after one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Fournette, a first down carry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew got his man. It's Eifert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now on 2nd and 13. Minshew. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Come on, set. 30 base.
50, let's 50. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
Ready?
Smith trying to run for it. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Called it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try and at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Here we go, G. Watch safety creep.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Motion, motion, motion. 44's the mic, 44's mic. Check, check.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Out of the gun is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tyler Eifert, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
You go tight. You go, baby.
They go play fake. Mahomes sliding out of the pocket. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
The previous play is under review.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we send you down. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Now he'll pull it down. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
He's coming. We got double up.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. That one complete to Hill. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Flush to his right. And that is caught. What a grab at the 8. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
65, 49, check 49. Bang, 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 bang. That's right.
Here's Mahomes, third and goal, eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his second touchdown of the night. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on first and second down and it's first and second and goal. And then on third down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to...
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Minshew. That's complete right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
Ready? 70, Indy. General West. Snap.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. From 4 yards out. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. He's picked off at his own 47. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Minshew sets to throw. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. He completes it to Wilson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. It'll be Minshew again. And a completion to Wilson. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And Rosas puts this one through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And now here comes Kansas City. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. On 1st down, it's Sanders. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Rolling to his right. He'll run it. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Got his man. It's Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Switch.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. Second and goal now in a one-score game. On second and goal, Mahomes. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on third and goal.
I got 15. 15 is mine. I'm taking it. I'm coming. Kill.
Back to throw. Mahomes flushed out right. He may try and run for this. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up a fourth down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Mike Bobo. Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Mahomes going to go on fourth down. He'll buy some, and he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the fourth quarter.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
To throw is Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion successful, and we've got ourselves a tie football game. Huge conversion there to tie this thing up, but they're not done yet. Their defense needs to get a stop.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time for the other team to come downfield and put some points on the board, but job 1 was taken care of. The 2-point conversion to get this thing tied.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Here's Minshew. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
He'll look to throw, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
Mike 50. Watch the out. Check 99. Check 99.
Minshew, first and 10. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Get off the field, defense. Check.
This is Fournette. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrich Rosas. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrich Rosas. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And this one is right through. And the Jaguars have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jaguars, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you